Some familiar lines and a few new ones here at Concord High School. Scott Walker had Republicans on their feet many times. And he also gave the strongest indication yet that he's all in on a run for president.
Must say, it looks great.
Governor Walker did indeed fire a shot across the bow Saturday, indicating this will be the first of many visits to New Hampshire this year, both by him and apparently by his sons, Matt and Alex.
They've twisted our arms to figure out a way to maybe take part of a semester off next year and next fall and come to New Hampshire and come around the country and talk to young people like themselves.
Some of the governor's message we've heard before, but it was new to these voters.
Look, I'm proud to say today in my state, property taxes are lower today than they were 4 years ago when I started. How about that for a turnaround?
Well, the governor spoke more than ever before about foreign policy, particularly ISIS.
Radical Islamic terrorism is like a virus, and if you don't take it out entirely, it's like a virus in your computer. It will keep coming back.
While Governor Walker did not take questions from the media, audience members were allowed to ask questions. One person asked him to define his strategy on how he would handle ISIS.
And then I believe increasingly, in light of what's happened in the last 6 or 7 months, I believe there are partners in the coalition we can draw on from the Arab world, like Jordan, like Egypt, because of what's happened to their own citizens out there, and have a true coalition force.
Most in the room say they were impressed.
He's on his way, and it's because of what he's done and what he says he's going to do.
Just comes across as a very straightforward guy, and I think he has a very unique voice to speak to the center, like very few of the other GOP candidates.
Now, along with that aggressive rhetoric about ISIS, Governor Walker also spent a lot of his time making a point of portraying himself as a self-made man who comes from humble beginnings, and that actually seemed to resonate with voters here, probably more than anything else he said.
I think our clearest threat right now is radical Islamic terrorism. I see it embodied right now in Syria and Libya, but growing elsewhere around the world. And I just believe fundamentally when you listen to the leaders of organizations like ISIS and others like them, it is clear what their intent is. It's not to stay in the Middle East. It is eventually to come back to American soil and to cause harm against Americans, because that's their identified threat there. And so my belief is that just like a virus in a computer, that we need to go to whatever length is required to make sure that we eradicate radical Islamic terrorism where it's at before it washes up. I don't believe that means you automatically go with ground troops, although unlike this president, I will not signal to our enemies how far we will go, because I think